so many Roblox games have released, they did well on the platform, then they eventually ended up falling off. And seeing your favorite game fall off isn't the best thing in the world, but why exactly did some of these games just end up falling off? So first off, we just have to talk about the most recent fall off, and the most recent fall off was Jujutsu Infinite. Now don't get me wrong, the game still gets like around 6,000 to 9,000 players, but the reason I'm saying it fell off is because a game going from 400,000 to 9,000, 10,000, whatever players, that's just not normal. A game that peaked as high as Jujutsu Infinite did in December being at the numbers it is now is just crazy to me. But for one of the reasons Jujutsu Infinite is falling off is just the fact that it's low-key a bandit beater. Now a lot of people going into Jujutsu Infinite thought it would be something that it wasn't, and I was one of them. I personally played the game and found out that it was what it was, and that honestly made me sad. But the game just gets boring after time because it gets repetitive, and all you can really do is just fight bandits. I'm gonna be so real. And then after you get through the boring progression, all you can do is PvP. So if you like the Jujutsu Infinite PvP, then you're eating good there. But me personally, I didn't really like the PvP. The progression couldn't keep me hooked, and I'm personally not even a fan of the Jujutsu Infinite PvP. So by the time it got to that point, I wasn't even trying to play anymore. Another reason is the fact that these updates basically have nothing in them. The most recent update that we got was a rework for soul manipulation. It added a custom toolbar and quality of life changes. Now I know this stuff is good for the game and just the overall flow, but if we're getting updates, I want to see bosses. I want to see more stuff to do in game. I don't want to have a rework for an ability I'm not going to use, because me personally, I'm trying to be Gojo. I'm trying to be Sukuna. You can call that junk basic. I'm not finna be Mahito. I hated him in the anime. Why would I be him in the game? But these updates just seem to lack content, and that doesn't add on well to the game. So ultimately in the end, they're going to be losing players. And there's more issues such as the insane rates, because people probably stopped playing because they couldn't get a special grade. And I know the codes are pretty decent and they do have pity, but the pity is at 750 spins. So who's getting it? Make it at least 500. That would be a little more tolerable, maybe even 350 if you're feeling generous on a good day, but 750 is outlandish. But for the next game, we just got to talk about the craziest fall off, and that is the fall off of Type Soul. Now if and when Type Soul re-releases, if you guys are still on that game glazing it like y'all did in the past, you guys are just a lost cause. Type Soul has shut down 3 times, once in 2023, once in 2024, again in 2024, and it's gonna reopen in 2025 if Cetro is telling the truth. But Type Soul had so many issues in one that you can't even fathom it. Type Soul literally just wasn't meant to do good on Roblox, and given it did do good numbers wise, the whole Type Soul scene is cursed. But for the main reason Type Soul fell off, I would just say because they didn't balance anything. They would drop something, then they would drop something more OP than that to balance it out in a way that everybody else is just running around with OP abilities. Then their updates were also just buns. They told us they would drop Hell in July, I believe. Yo, we still don't have Hell to this day, let alone the game itself. And I don't know if people stopped playing because of all the developer drama going on, but let's just say there was a little bit of developer drama that was going on in Type Soul. But Type Soul is genuinely just cursed, and I can honestly see it shutting down again when it re-releases this time. But for the biggest fall off, we just have to talk about Project Slayers itself. Now Project Slayers is the game that actually got me into Roblox anime, so seeing this game fall off really hurt me right here in my chest. Without Project Slayers, there would be no blkyonko content. But obviously everybody and their mother knows why Project Slayers fell off, and it was the fact that they just didn't update their game. And the same can be said for GPO. GPO literally just started recently updating with the consistency that they update, but GPO was making us starve too. And to be completely honest, I don't play GPO like that, so I don't even know if these updates that they've recently been dropping have been major. The last major update I know is update 8, because if I remember right, that was Impel Down, or actually update 9 or 10, whatever update came where they added mobile. That's the last major update, and they changed the UI and it looks like a goofy simulator now, and I absolutely hate it. But moving on. But these developers have the money in their hands and they're just watching it fly away. And obviously they still made a great amount. And when I say a great amount, I mean they made a great amount. But at least UOP is working on Project Slayers 2, so he can release that, and FOU still does update time to time. For the next game we have to talk about, we just have to talk about Anime Defenders. Now y'all already know I'm not the hugest fan of tower defense games, and Anime Defenders capitalized off of Anime Adventures getting taken down. And Anime Defenders had a good amount of players. I'm not sure if it was Anime Defenders or Anime Vanguards that hit 200,000, but I know Anime Defenders had 100,000 plus. Yes, there were bots here and there, but that's not what we're talking about right now. But for the main reason Anime Defenders just fell off is because they don't update the game. I joined the Discord server today, and the last update was the Christmas update. We're in a whole new year, and the most recent announcement was him talking about an event. Now, like I mentioned before, I definitely don't keep up with this game, so I don't know why they stopped updating. I don't know if there's a reason behind it, but another reason why Anime Defenders just doesn't get as much players is because Anime Adventures return. Who's trying to play a cheap copy when a king is back? That's low-key glaze. But if you look at it, Anime Adventures is LeBron and Jordan in one, and then you have Anime Defenders, who's more of a Ben Simmons. If Anime Defenders is your favorite game, I'm sorry. But even Anime Vanguards, they lock back in, and they're going neck and neck with Anime Adventures, and shoot, as I'm making this, they're above Anime Adventures. So in the end, Anime Defenders just lost the race. And for the final game, if you couldn't guess what it was, y'all literally saw it in the intro. The final game we have to talk about is Peroxide. And I bet you couldn't guess it. I bet you don't know why Peroxide fell off. It fell off because it didn't update. I just don't understand it. You know, these developers had a game. I'm pretty sure Peroxide had 80K. It might have even peaked at 100K. Don't quote me on that. But they have a successful game and they just don't update it. The last update, according to the update logs, was in January. But I don't know if it was a major update because I wasn't even playing Peroxide like that. And I heard about the Fullbringer update. I played the Fullbringer update. But this most recent update, didn't see a video on it. Didn't hear a thing about it. And guess what? I didn't touch it. And people swore Peroxide was better than Type Soul. Now these are just personal reasons why I personally didn't like Peroxide, but I hated the combat. And I hated the combat. If Peroxide had Type Soul combat, I'm telling you it would be a bigger game than Type Soul. You can't even lie. But Peroxide's combat was just that terrible that it ruined the game for me personally. I don't know if this ruined the game for others, but the fact that they don't update probably ruined the game for others. And ultimately, the developers of Peroxide literally just threw the bag. They had a bag in their fingers and they decided the bag wasn't good enough anymore. But to any of these developers, if anything is genuinely going on that they don't want to fill the community in on, I do hope it gets better. But, you know, you could just give us a little bit of transparency, just a little bit. But that's going to do it for me. Let me know if there's any other reasons why you think these games could have possibly died. And let me know if you want to see a part 2 to this with different games. There's plenty of Roblox games on the platform who were once on the front page and now they're stuck in the shadows. Hey, wasn't that low-key too? But I'm going to stop my yapping. Make sure to like, subscribe, turn on notifications so you never miss a post again. And shameless plug, bro, link in the description. Anime channel, that's all I'm saying. I'm gonna be more consistent on there since anime isn't dry, Roblox is. But y'all get another video from me soon. It's about Guri. I'm gonna be hating on it, I'm not gonna lie. And then y'all getting that big video, Roblox 2025 so far. I'm bringing it into this year because why not? But I'm gonna stop my yapping for real. Have a great rest of your Wednesday, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.